Today, Coachella and OpenSea launched their partnership for Keepsakes, a series of collections that unlock IRL festival utilities. Joining us now to discuss is Coachella Innovation Lead Sam Schoonover. Sam, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here and congratulations on the launch of these new NFT collections. Let's start at the beginning. Why OpenSea? How did the partnership come to fruition?
Yeah, we've experimented in this space before and saw, I think, a lot of interest from fans who want, awesome experiences at the festival. And we wanted to find a really safe, secure, and trusted partner. And no one's been doing it longer than OpenSea has. And so we started having conversations with them, and both felt very aligned on the experience that we wanted to provide for fans, the technological experience that OpenSea could provide for us, for our fans. And we were just very aligned, and it worked out.
Tell us about those fan experiences you just described. When fans are interacting with Coachella NFTs, do they know they're interacting with NFTs? Like, what's your marketing rollout like to get the most people excited about something like this?
Yeah, we in general at Coachella, when we're thinking about innovation and new technology experiences for fans, we try and abstract away the technology. It doesn't matter what kind of technology it is. It doesn't matter what the public perception of that technology is. Fans want to be entertained. They want to have fun. It's a Coachella. It's a very fun and entertaining experience. And so we really focus on the experience itself, and we don't really talk about the technology. And so a lot of our marketing campaign and rollout is very creative. It's storytelling. It's focused on the experiential benefits. And if fans know that it's NFTs or not, it doesn't really matter to us.
Are there any onboarding challenges? Do fans need to set up, let's say, a wallet to use it? Walk us through that fan experience.
Yeah, OpenSea has launched a new wallet that has a really simple and easy onboarding process for fans. It's email based. It's a very familiar process for them, and that was definitely one of the benefits and one of the reasons why we're working together, because OpenSea wants to make that process extremely easy, as do we, obviously.
When you look at the evolution of NFTs over the past few years, and you maybe saw the downturn in the market over the past year, did that worry you at all as you were building towards this?
No, I think for Coachella, we are focused on like real world utility and benefits, and using NFTs as a way to make those benefits ownable and transferable and sellable if a buyer wants to. And so, the kind of state of the market doesn't really matter to us. It's more so around what the technology enables, and that's been true from the start and remains true now.
What does the experience look like? Walk me through it. I'm someone who's heading off to Coachella. How do I interact with this?
Yeah, so on OpenSea, starting today at 10 a.m. PST, you'll be able to buy these Oasis Keepsake NFTs. And when you purchase them, you're able to redeem the NFT. The metadata changes of the NFT so other people know that the NFT has been redeemed. And that gets you a VIP pass to Coachella. It gets you access to this really amazing Oasis lounge at the festival with shade and seating and complimentary beverages. And so the value is I think, really amazing for fans. And the experience at the festival, like having places to sit and shade when you're running around Coachella trying to catch 59 shows, is a really amazing thing to have.
So I guess in your mind, what does the future of music festivals look like?
Wow. It looks, I think, the same for a lot of people. I don't think anybody is ever going to want to stop just watching amazing music with no technology in between them and the artist that's performing. But there will also be a lot of new things. I think we think a lot about how music experiences can exist and be really amazing online, and how we can use tokens, both purchased and earned, to allow people to customize their experience online and IRL, like we're doing this year.
As you're thinking through this, though, are the folks you're working with, I mean, you're the innovation lead. It's your job to think about these bold and bright futures. Is everyone buying in, or is it taking some convincing?
Yeah, I think once again, like it's about this experience that we're providing to fans, and people look at the experience objectively and say, "Yeah, that's cool. Fans want that. Let's offer that to them, and see what happens." It's all a big experimentation, as innovation generally is, and as long as it makes sense on both sides of the table, then people are okay to experiment. Thankfully, we work on Coachella, which has been built by a group of amazing people over the past 25 years. And the kind of spirit of innovation has constantly been there at Coachella, whether we're talking about stage production or how they build out the venue site or the technology that they provide artists for their performances. Very innovative group of people over there. And so that's the reason why it's all possible.
Are the artists involved in the NFT project at all?
Not yet. Nothing that we can announce right now.
Well, now I'm on the edge of my seat. I feel like there's an announcement coming with some of the big artists, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It doesn't feel like you're going to give me a sneak peek.
Not, nope.
Has there, I guess, as you're talking to artists, we recently spoke to the CEO of a company who is implementing AI technology into the music creation process. He told us on the show that, artists are still a little bit resistant when it comes to technologies like AI. When you're working with the artists from the festival, I guess my question is similar to the festival goers. Are they accepting of this new technology and the opportunities that it has the potential to unlock, or are they still a little bit reluctant?
It's hard to speak on behalf of artists because I'm not one, but we do collaborate with them on new technology programs all the time. And what artists want to do is also pretty simple and straightforward. They want to express their art. They want to reach new audience members. They want to make their existing fans really happy. And if technology can help them do that, then they're generally interested, as long as we're kind of abstracting away that technology and making it just feel super accessible to their fans.
You mentioned that this isn't Coachella's first foray into NFTs. You mentioned that the project is going to be more safe and secure. It's going to allow folks to trade their NFTs if they want, hold on to them, do whatever they want with them. Did these solutions come from the experimentation with the FTX NFT?
Yeah, for sure. We learned a lot during that process. It was really positive. The reaction and acceptance of fans was amazing, and that's what's encouraged us to continue exploring this space. But we also learned a lot around the needs for safety and for the ability to self custody. All these things are important, like Web3 kind of principles. And so we're taking what we've learned and reapplying, and that's what innovation is about.
And for our audience who is listening, Coachella did launch an NFT with FTX that a lot of mainstream brands got involved with FTX. I think that it's unfair to single out just one, not only mainstream brands, but Web3 brands as well. I want to call back to that situation, not to dwell on it too much, but there were some NFTs that were stuck on that platform. Are the holders of those NFTs going to get any kind of opportunity to participate in this project in a different way, or how did that scenario end up playing out?
Yeah, some of the biggest part of that campaign was these lifetime pass Coachella key NFTs, and we've maintained relationships with all the holders there, continued to offer them the benefits that they purchased, and we've a part of our kind of coming back to this space this year has been reissuing the old NFTs to make sure that anybody who had one is whole and their benefits remain. Uh, from our perspective, everybody is happy and they got what they paid for.
Well, that's great to hear. And I guess looking forward, how are you taking those learnings and moving forward? And the reason I ask you is maybe there are some mainstream brands who look at that scenario and are maybe a little bit afraid of getting their toes wet. What kind of lessons can they learn from this? And how are you taking the lessons you learned from that and moving forward?
Learning, reevaluating, breaking things down, and building them back better than they were before. Like I think that's what innovation is about, right? Like you're not going to have 100% hit rate when you're innovating and trying new things, especially in really fast moving places like Web3 or AI or mixed reality, spatial computing. And so, safe and secure partners, self custody, easy sign up. Like these are all the things that we learned from our last go that we're applying to the process and the program for this year. And so we feel really good about it, and I'm sure that we're gonna make some mistakes and learn more this year about how to make it even better next year. And that's what the process is.
What do you think it's going to take for more mainstream brands like Coachella? Coachella's been around for quite a while. You work with some of the biggest artists on the planet. What do you think it's going to take to convince some of the other brands that have been around for a long time to start experimenting with this kind of technology?
I think it. I think there's a lot to that answer, but I think new use cases is a good way to kind of sum it up. A lot of people, when they think about NFTs, they think of PFPs, which are an amazing kind of killer app for the NFT space. But I think like when brands are thinking about the space, there's other use cases that are probably more relevant to what they do and how they service their consumers. And so it takes brands like Coachella and other brands that have been doing a lot of really innovative work in this space to really pioneer those new use cases, and for other brands to kind of take notice and do some of the experimentation themselves.
How did you get into NFTs? What was your first foray into NFTs?
It was like back in the 2020 time frame, like that whole cycle, and really just being fascinated with the idea of artists being able to sell their work online, for the like digital artists being able to sell their work online for the first time. That to me did and still stands out as a really incredible innovation in this space. And of course, that has changed a lot over the past, 3, 4 years. But I still think is something that a lot of people are very focused on continuing.
I know I asked you what the future of music festivals looks like through a technological lens, but if we broaden that out just to NFTs now, you just mentioned it's been an evolving landscape over the past few years. What do you think that killer use case is going to be for NFTs?
I think a lot of it is going to come down to like, in my opinion, access. And when I say access, like access to some unique experience online or offline, and using NFTs both purchased and earned. And I think like that's an important distinction, to allow people to customize their experience, whether it's on a website or a like 3D kind of video game, open world game, or an experience, an event like Coachella. There's a lot of ways to customize those experiences based on what people like, who people want to be around. And I think tokens do a good job of that. And so I think that's the use case that I'm most excited about.
I think you highlighted something really important there, purchased and earned. For some people who are looking at this space from outside, they maybe think NFTs are kind of weird. They're super expensive. They're something I can't really afford to participate in, and I don't see the value. But it sounds like you're saying that that narrative is going to change to offer some real value to everyday folks, folks who might be attending festivals like Coachella, who are not as embedded or enthralled in this industry as maybe you and I are.
Yeah, I think you look at like a lot of the Web3 loyalty stuff happening. There's some amazing brands pioneering a lot of that work. It's a space that we're going to be engaging in, and tokens are just a piece of data about somebody, and you can buy that, you can earn that, and but like understanding people, their likes, their interests, their preferences, tokens are a good way to do that. And so I think earning it through like value additive actions with a brand is just as good as buying it and it being more of a commerce play for a brand.
Sam, thanks so much for joining the show this morning. This has been such a delightful conversation, and congratulations on the launch.
Thanks for having me, Jen. Appreciate it.
That was Coachella Innovation Lead Sam Schoonover.